Hey Spencer, Scott Walker with Impact Latent SEO. We met at Growth Club this weekend, and I'm just making this quick video to show you kind of the things that I look at for a website, Google Business Profile, and ads. And if you like what you see, let's have a further conversation, see what we can get going for you. So, for starters, I always usually recommend to add more content to a website. The reason I say that is because Google loves to see content. They want to see 1,500 to 2,000 words on your homepage. And throughout that content, you want to be found for buyer intent keywords. For you, that could be like a service and a location. So like water treatment, Queen Creek, Arizona. That would be a good buyer intent keyword because it has a location and service. The other thing you could do is if you save your imagery correctly, see how this has this mumbo jumbo here. If you save your images correctly as different types of keywords, you can have that count as content as well because it's embedded behind the photo for you. I do use a tool called Ahrefs to kind of show me your analytics and where you're setting. The DR and UR is the strength and trust that Google has for your website. These are on a scale of 100 and you want those continuously moving up while also balanced. You're currently at 0 and 3 due to your referring pages and domains. And what those are backlinks. And what a backlink is when one website links to another website via clickable button or text. But not all backlinks are created equal, so I do recommend staying relevant to your industry and location whenever possible. And it looks like you're being indexed for 43 keywords and getting roughly 50 people to your website each month. If we look at some of those keywords you are being found for, plumbing and water treatment, Queen Creek, Arizona. There's 50 searches a month. You're in the second position, so that's pretty good. So those are good buyer intent keywords. Plumber, Queen Creek, there's 150 searches, but you're number 8, so a little bit lower down, so you're only getting a few people. But those are the types of buyer intent keywords that I do recommend going after. It's just you're not on the first page of Google quite yet. So if you want to focus on Queens Creek and then move to other locations, it's probably what I'd recommend for you, just based off of different searches here for the different areas. So, but I did do a quick search. I just did Plumbers, Queens Creek. Right up top, you have the Google guarantees on this search. The guarantee means that the business is licensed and insured, and also for the business, if I call this and I'm not a real lead, you can dispute it and get your money back. Then it comes down into the Google Ads area. This is where you are looking for, this is your cost per clicks. The way to have a good click-through rate is to make sure that as much of the search term is inside of the ad as possible. This doesn't even say plumber on here. And so, or location, it does say Arizona, but at the same time, sometimes in the same state, you still don't get them. So that's how you have a good click-through rate. And then you want to have on your landing page a good experience, a click-to-call up top, form submit, what you do, where you do it, and then also any promotions that you might be having. And then have the background imagery match the search term. So if it's a plumber, do a plumber. If it's a water treatment service, then have a water treatment in the background. But yeah, that's how you have a good conversion rate right there too. And then we move into the Google Business Profile. It's okay that you're not here. There's lots of ways to get here. For starters, make sure your name, address, and phone number are the exact same all across the internet. You've been around for 6 years, so assuming you're helped a lot of customers, so getting reviews is very important. And then making sure your name, address, and phone number are the exact same in directories like yellowpages.com. Because by giving out your information to as many people as possible, Google will start to trust you more, and that'll not just help you in your local areas, but in your surrounding areas as well. And then being in the Google Business Profile and Google Ads would generate about 60% of traffic going to your website. And so, I did forget to show you this. This is just in Queen Creek only. There's 1,200 searches for plumbers. They do have a kind of a high cost per click, but when you look at like a whole house water filtration system, they might have better ads to run for you, to where you can do, you could get those cost per clicks instead. So we could look at those and see which ones are the best for you. But this is where you'd be ranking for the different keywords. It looks like the Plumber AZ is one of your top competitors. So looking at their website, they do have a lot of content on here. So when you start to have more requests, more content, better buyer intent keywords, the authoritative backlinks and citations, you could start to outrank these guys. And to kind of give you just an example, I've highlighted some of these, but like water softener, Queen Creek, there's 50 searches a month. water treatment companies, Queen Creek, another 50, water testing. So when you start to outrank these guys, a percentage of these total volumes will start to go to your website instead of your competitors. And then a percentage of those people on your website will give you a call, and depending on your closing rate, will turn into a customer for you. So Spencer, I hope that helps, and if you have any questions, we'll talk soon. I believe we are meeting either tomorrow or the next day. So have a great day, and we'll talk to you then. Bye.